it? Was there something in particular that you saw and you said, I've had enough, Mitt Romney needs to go, and I'm the person to do it?
Yes, absolutely. There was. I mean, I wrote an op-ed when we launched the candidacy, just saying, I love how you just phrased it, because I said, enough is enough. Why I'm going to replace Mitt Romney. It's two things largely. It's his voting record, and we called that out. We had a launch video that's about 90 seconds that we put on Twitter, got 1 million views. It really highlighted 5 years ago when he moves to Utah and decides to run for the seat. He claimed that he was going to put us on a path to a balanced budget. He'd end illegal immigration. He'd stop federal spending and overreach, and he'd appoint conservative justices to the court. Now, we know that's not his record at all, 5 years later. In fact, he's worked for just the opposite of those things, voted for just the opposite of those things. But more than just the record, Brand, it's really his lack of representation in Utah. I've seriously posed the question to many out there, when's the last time you've seen Mitt Romney in Utah? He's rarely here. And I'm a state delegate, a GOP state delegate, and he hasn't bothered to show up the last 2 years to our state convention. I was asked to chair the Salt Lake County GOP convention, the largest county in the state of 1.2 million people. We have 1,500 delegates. His response was, I will yield my time. So he didn't care at all to come here, to show up. As I've been calling other mayors, that's something I'm hearing too, is that he doesn't really respond to them. And he doesn't take their concerns seriously. And that's, something that I've done as a mayor for 10 years, is I'm always responsive to my constituency, and I promise the same. And so it was really those two things that just led me to believe we need better representation. Utah deserves better representation of this. We deserve a true conservative, another Mike Lee, if you will. And so I was encouraged by many to run for this office, and here we are.
Right. And it's amazing. You have one Senator Mike Lee, to your point, who is a phenomenal fighter. And then we have Mitt Romney from Utah. What do you hear from on the ground from the people of Utah about Mitt Romney?
Oh, well, it's been just over 3 months, right about 3 months since we've announced. And it's not just the polling data. I've seen maybe he's 30% favorability in terms of Republican voters. That is really borne out on the ground too. As I go around, anecdotally, as I'm speaking to people, they've had enough too. I've also used the line, I'm running because Massachusetts doesn't need a third senator. And people, that really resonates with folks. They're like, yeah, he's not really from here, and he moved here. He promised that he'd be highly conservative, and his record has not proven to bear that out. He's really supportive of Biden 60% of the time or more. He encouraged Joe Biden to run for president too. And at every opportunity, he tries to really stick it to President Trump. And that's just unacceptable. And again, for all these reasons, I decided to run, and this is what I'm hearing. It's really been validating to go across the state and hear from so many Utahns that this is not what they want. They want a true conservative to represent them.
Dinesh and Debbie had a New Year's resolution to lose weight, and thankfully, PhD Weight Loss came to the rescue. Debbie has already lost 24 pounds and Dinesh lost 27, and they're now both on maintenance. The program is based on science and nutrition. No injections, no pills, no hours in the gym, no severe calorie restriction, just good, sound, scientifically proven nutrition. It's so simple. They make it easy by providing 80% of your food at no additional cost. They tell you when and what to eat. And guess what? You can do this without ever being hungry. The founder, Dr. Ashley Lucas, has her PhD in chronic disease and sports nutrition and is a registered dietitian. She helps people lose weight and, most importantly, maintain that weight loss for life. If you're ready to take the step of losing weight like Dinesh and Debbie have, call PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition at 864-644-1900 or find them online at myphdweightloss.com. That number again is 864-644-1900.